Christian Whiton, Principal of DC International Advisory, is joining us now live from Los Angeles. Christian, let me ask you first up, were you at all surprised by this move?
Not very surprised, Dario. You know, Santorum was really looking at what would have been his last stand, April 24th in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is his home state, the only primary left that he really had a solid chance of winning, and the hope was he could win that, get a bounce, and win others. But recent polls have him more or less even with Romney in his home state, and Romney knew that using his not-so-secret weapon, which is his stockpile of cash, against Santorum in Pennsylvania, committing $3 million to TV advertisements just in that state, and then presumably winning all the other states. So Santorum just made a pragmatic decision that it was the end, and is probably now negotiating for something untold from Romney in return.
Is that going to be, is that why we're waiting essentially, do you believe, from an endorsement for Santorum to actually endorse Romney, waiting for, you know, some sort of, I guess, assumption of debt?
I think that's probably true. I mean, the other things one might hold out for, a cabinet position, the vice presidency, a key speaking slot at the Republican convention. Speaking slot might be in the offing, but a cabinet position for Santorum, it's fairly unlikely. Santorum is at the very opposite end of the spectrum with Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney, of course, having some economic conservative credentials, although he certainly has some critics on the right, on the economic right as well as the social right. But Santorum really being a social conservative, and that is just not something that really, jibes well with Mitt Romney. So, Tim Pawlenty earlier challenged Mitt Romney along with the other candidates. He got out, and it's rumored that he did so in return for Mitt Romney assuming the debt of his campaign. So it wouldn't be that unusual for Santorum to hold out for that.
So what sort of time would you expect with negotiations like these? I mean, how quickly could we expect to hear an endorsement if that is in fact the case?
I would expect pretty soon. Of course, Santorum made some, what are essentially pro forma statements that he'll continue to carry his message. But once you exit the race, suspend your campaign or end your campaign, you'll fade from the spotlight, as all of his other opponents have as they've withdrawn from the race. And that's, something that no doubt Newt Gingrich and Ron Paul, who are the two other remaining candidates, single-digit opponents of Romney, have in mind. So, I think you'll see Santorum and the other candidates come along. You only have a few weeks until people really about you, and any firepower you may have to offer from your endorsement goes by the wayside. So I'd imagine you'll see this wrapped up, and you'll see Santorum on a stage with Governor Romney within the next week or so.
Overall, what does this mean in your view for the overall election in November? I mean, does this give Obama a better chance at holding on to the presidency?
No, I think Romney consolidating the field. I mean, this is basically the last obstacle that was left between, winning every single GOP contest, which happens between now and the final contest is Utah in June. Big ones occur at the end of May and early June, Texas and California. So it looks like Governor Romney, has it all but wrapped up with this withdrawal, and will likely cross the threshold of having a lock of the delegates at some point in May or June. So that allows him to turn to President Obama. The question is, have these challengers improved Governor Romney? Has competition improved his appeal to people who wouldn't ordinarily support him, including conservatives in his own party? I think by and large it has.
Okay. All right, Christian, we're out of time. Thank you so much for staying up to chat to us here on the call.
Great to be here. Thanks.